Let's go to Tom really quick before the break. Tom is on line 4. Tom, thanks for calling into the Eddie Burke Show. What do you have to say?
Hey, McHugh, how you doing?
Doing really well, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad. I'm just wondering what chapter you and Randy are going to be.
I think we're going to be the success chapter at the very end.
I think so, too. I see nothing wrong with her writing a book. If people want to give her that type of money to do it, more power to her.
Yeah, exactly. What about the outside employment, Tom? Where do you see that happening? Because I think employment...
I don't see that as outside employment. If she wants to do it on her free time, as long as it doesn't interfere with her duties, I mean, as long as she discloses she's doing this, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. So I know that. What do you think is the legislature's ability there to adjust that ethics law? I know a lot of folks are saying, hey, this looks like it's being abused by people who are saying, I filed a complaint, but now my name is out there. And I think that if you file an ethics complaint against a legislator, your name remains confidential. Otherwise, the complaint is null and void. Isn't that correct?
That's how I remember it, McHugh. I don't want to say that definitely, but that's how I remember it.
Well, thanks for
as far as the governor basically wrote her own ethics bill. When she took office, at the same time the legislature was writing their own ethics bill.
That's true.
So like I say, as far as outside employment, as long as it doesn't interfere with her duties, and she discloses that she signed this book deal, I don't see a problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Tom. I hope you're enjoying the summer down there in Kenai.
Oh, not yet. We're on a little side trip, my boss and me, and we're heading back into Anchorage just right now.
Okay, well, tell the speaker we say hi and we wish you guys the best of luck.
I'll tell the speaker you said hi. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for calling in, Tom.
All right, bye.
Let's go to Lynn on line 2. Lynn, welcome to Eddie Burke Show. What do you have to say?
You're doing a good job, McHugh. Hey, you know what? I'm glad. I want them to keep doing that ethics stuff because it's only going to add to her book deal. And that's the beauty of this, is that she has been so lambasted that they want to write a book because, any kind of publicity is good publicity. Every single ethics violation has been put down. And you know what? I said it years ago when I first got on the Eddie Burke Show. Mostly the state doesn't deserve Sarah Palin, and they should be. And I'm glad people are standing up and doing something and saying something. And if these people that are filing these complaints are feeling threatened, well, you know what? They should. They're wasting my money. And if I met them, I would really want to say to them, you know what? You owe me $150,000.
Well, that's a good way to look at it.
It all comes down to the bottom line, and they don't care. It's like every other liberal in the world. They want to spend everybody else's money.
Lynn,
it'll come home to roost. You're doing a great job.
Hey,
I love to see young people with conservative values. It gives me hope for the future.
Lynn, thank you so much for the phone call, and I'd like to just take your energy and say we need to move forward, and we need to talk to our different legislators, and we need to talk to the governor's office. We need to say, hey, the existing law needs to be changed. We can't have someone who files an ethics complaint then have their name out in the public because it erodes the whole process. We need to fix that part of the law. We need to have a name remain confidential. Otherwise, the ethics complaint itself is null and void. And I think that's a good way for us to move forward. Lee, I'm going to get to your call right after the break.
Okay, and I actually wanted to tell you, Heidi Embley from the Anchorage School District is on our VIP line right now.
Oh, great. Heidi, let's talk to Heidi after the break as well. Heidi's a great lady. We'll talk to her, and she'll address Robert's concerns that were brought up. And we'll be right back on the Eddie Burke Show. I'm McHugh Pierre, filling in for Eddie on 700 Smart Talk Radio. Welcome back to the Eddie Burke Show, everybody. I'm McHugh Pierre, filling in for Eddie today. His daughter's getting married, so congratulations to the Burke family. We've got some issues we're talking about right now. We'll take your phone calls at 274-KBYR. But with us right now is Heidi Embley. She's the spokeswoman for the Anchorage School District. Heidi,
Sure.
Robert called up earlier and said there was some derogatory things said about Governor Palin, something about the graduation ceremony for Diamond High School. Can you kind of set that straight? What really took place?
Sure. Well, I was at the Diamond graduation, so I'll just tell you from my experience. The teachers were doing a play off of Saturday Night Live, a program that at Diamond is called Diamond Night Live, and it's their annual play that they put on, kind of skit performances. So at the ceremony, some teachers were doing a play off of that, and they were doing sort of a top 10 list on, what parents and the graduates will be talking about in 5 years. And the teacher said, we'll see the first female president of the United States, and she'll be from Alaska. And then the teacher paused for a second, and, of course, everyone assumed that she was referring to Governor Palin. And then she says, yeah, Carol Como. And, everyone got a good kick out of that. So I personally took it more as a kind of joke against, Carol and political office, and not so much about the governor and what, her political aspirations may or may not be. That's just how I took it when I was watching it. People can look for themselves because AT&T has webcast all of the school district's graduations, and so if you go to our website, asdk12.org, there's a link, and you can actually download Diamond's graduation, and you can watch it online if people want to get, a second look at it.
Great. I really appreciate you calling in and helping clarify that. That really makes me feel better. I know that as a former reporter, you've got a good eye for this stuff, and you've got a keen ear as well. And if something bad has happened, you'd certainly call it what it is. So we really appreciate you calling in, Heidi.
Sure. Well, thanks for having it. And again, I took it in good taste. But if other people have concerns, we really encourage them to give us a call at the school district so that we are aware of those concerns and we can look into it. Maybe make recommendations, for future graduations, because of course we want those events to be, lots of fun and not offensive to anyone.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Heidi.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
We'll take a couple more callers. Richie, do we have Lee hanging with us? Lee, thank you so much for holding. We'd love to hear from you. Welcome to the Eddie Burke program. What do you have to say?
Regarding the ethics complaint, I think that anonymity is okay until the resolution, and then if you file an ethics complaint and you are found, or it's found unfounded, then you should have to pay the time and the costs incurred with the investigation of that ethics complaint.
That's a great suggestion.
Likewise, if you file a Freedom of Information Act requesting a bunch of papers or documents, then there should be a fair and reasonable fee assigned or assessed for the processing of that request. This, I think, would stop the Andre McLeods from flooding the governor's office with Freedom of Information requests for no apparent purpose other than to destroy her credibility or get their 15 minutes.
Yeah, and there is a minimal fee for Freedom of Information Acts, but I do agree with you on the ethics complaint. Thank you so much for that phone call. Thanks for holding too, Lee. We're going to go to line 2. Tiffany's on line 2. Welcome to the Eddie Burke program. I'm McHugh Pierre, filling in for Eddie. Tiffany, what do you have to say?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Oh, thank you so much.
Show.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, and I want to make a quick nomination for Ricci.
Sure.
I think Ricci would be a good guest host.
Ricci would be a great guest host. Maybe I'll be his producer one day.
That would be a good... I think we could all enjoy that. He has so much self-restraint. He has all the characteristics we try to say only conservatives have, right?
That's right. He is a good man, even if he is a liberal.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you.
Tiffany, thanks very much for saying that. You have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tiffany. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to Alice quickly, if Alice is still with us. Thanks for holding. Alice on line 3. Welcome to the Eddie Burke Show. What do you have to say?
Hi, McHugh. I met you at the Republican convention this year, I think.
Yeah, certainly. It was
really neat. But I think, along with what the last fellow that was on said, I fully agree with him, but I think they ought to put like $150,000 in escrow, and if they're filing a complaint that's not legitimate, they lose it.
Yeah, that might be a little excessive. That's quite a bit amount of money, but certainly there should be
some...
would
stop their garbage.
Yeah, there should be some type of reasonable fee structure or something that only encourages responsible ethics complaints.
Right, and if it's responsible, they get the money back.
Thank you so much, Alice. We really appreciate it.
Okay. You're doing a really good job.
Oh, thank you. God bless you. Eddie, have a great weekend.
Eddie might have to be careful. He'll lose it.
Oh, I'm Eddie's second fiddle. That's it. That's it. Have a great weekend, Alice. Thanks for calling. We have time for one more. We'll take one more call. Jerry, if you're still with us.
Yes, sir, I am.
Welcome to Eddie Burke Show, brother.
Thank you very much, McHugh. Just a quick point out here. I think that these frivolous ethics complaints that are coming out is nothing more than a bashing of this governor. Where were these people when McHugh first took office? If I'm not mistaken, and you can look this up or somebody else can look it up, when he first took office, didn't he take a 6-week hunting vacation? Where were the ethics complaints about that? Now, they did leave this lady alone. Let her do her job and get off her back. And that's all I got to say. You can knock it around. And I want to talk more about the budget, but we don't have time. McHugh, you're doing a great job, and I'll let you go and knock it around.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. I appreciate it. I'm getting the high sign from Ricci. We are out of time for today's show.